Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā bhagavati uttamashloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. Ārādhyo bhagavan vrajeshatanaya stadhama vrindavanam ramya kāchitupāsana vrajavadu vargena va kalpita. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam pramanam amalam prema pumartho mahan Śrī Caitanya-Mahāprabhur matamidam tatradharana para. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. Today is February 5th, 2026. We are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Canto 10, Chapter 41, entitled Krishna and Balaram Enter Mathura. So yesterday we completed the previous chapter, Akrura's prayers and vision, and we read wonderful prayers of Akrura. I hope you memorized one or two verses. Namaste Vasudevaya. Who will complete?
Sarvabhutakshayaaya cha Rishikesha Namastubhyam Prapannam Pahi Mam Prabhu.
Haribol, that's excellent. Amazing, Mataji.
Thank
Okay. Namaste Vasudevaya. Will complete. The other one. Nama Sankarshanaya cha Pradyumnaya Niruddhaya.
Bhagavatam Namaha.
Excellent. Wonderful. Text 21, text 30. Thank you for taking out your time and making effort to memorize. Krishna is so happy when we memorize verses. There is a whole class on why to memorize verses and the significance of memorizing verses, etc. You want to hear some points? Why should we memorize verses? There are many, many points, but I'll share a few. Move of studying scriptures, method, art of learning. Okay. Why to learn shlokas? These are the original compositions, like written directly by Krishna, Vyasadeva, Acharyas. Compressed wisdom. We cannot memorize paragraphs, but we can memorize verses. Easy. Developing Shastra Chakshu. So next time we'll have a tough time, we'll remember to pray, Pahi Mam, Prabhu, Pahi Mam, I take your shelter. Next time we'll have some, tolerance issue. He said, she said, we'll remember. Krishna says, Tam Statikshasva Bharata, tolerate. Direct association with sound, speaking authoritatively. If someone says, okay, where does God say to take his shelter? Where does God say he'll protect? Where does God say? So we can quote those verses. Savior in difficult times, especially death, or any other difficult situation. So, and it's very, very great pleasure to oneself and to others also. It pleases Krishna, it awakens love for Krishna, it adds authenticity in our life. It engages our intelligence, it helps to stay active and happy, purifies mind and intelligence. So many, many reasons are there. We should memorize verses. Now, we'll move on to the new chapter text and we'll summary. Krishna and Balaram enter Mathura. Akrura had come to bring them to Mathura, so there was a bow sacrifice. This chapter describes how Lord Krishna entered the city of Mathura, killed a washerman, and bestowed benedictions upon a weaver and a garland maker named Sudama. So, three basically exchanges are primarily shared here in this chapter: washerman, weaver, and Sudama. So, the previous chapter was more about prayers. In this chapter, we'll study more pastimes and in three subsections. After showing his Vishnu form to Akrura in the waters of the Yamuna and receiving Akrura's prayers, Lord Krishna withdrew that vision just as an actor winds up his performance. Akrura emerged from the water and, in great amazement, approached the Lord, who asked him whether he had seen something wonderful while bathing. Lord is funny. Akrura replied, "Whatever wonderful things are there in the realms of water, earth, or sky, all have their existence within you. Thus, when one has seen you, nothing remains unseen." So beautiful. When one has seen Krishna, nothing remains unseen. Akrura then began driving the chariot again. Krishna, Balram, and Akrura reached Mathura late in the afternoon. After meeting up with Nanda Maharaj and the other cowherds who had gone on ahead, Krishna asked Akrura to return home, promising to visit him after he had killed Kamsa. Akrura unhappily bid the Lord goodbye, went to King Kamsa to inform that Krishna and Balaram had come, and went home. Someone wants to read some more paragraphs? Rania Mataji, would you like to read? Radha Mataji, Radha Bharani Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu, I can continue. Krishna and Balarama, Krishna, Balarama, and Akrura. Okay. Krishna and Balarama took the cowherd boys with them to see the splendorous city. As they all entered Mathura, the women of the city eagerly came out of their houses to see Krishna. They had often heard about him and had long since developed a deep attraction for him. But now that they were actually seeing him, they were overwhelmed with happiness, and all their distress due to his absence was eradicated. Krishna and Balarama then came upon Kamsa's wicked washerman. Krishna asked him for some of the first class garments he was carrying, but he refused and even chastised the two lords. At this, Krishna became very angry and beheaded the man with his fingertips. The washerman's assistants, seeing his untimely end, dropped their bundle of clothes on the spot and ran off in all directions. Krishna and Balarama then took some of the garments they specially fancied. Next, a weaver approached the two lords and arrayed them suitably, for which service he received from Krishna opulence in this life and liberation in the next. Krishna and Balarama then went to the house of the garland maker Sudama. Sudama offered them his full obeisances, worshipped them by bathing their feet and offering them such items as arghya and sandalwood paste, and chanted prayers in their honor. Then he adorned them with garland of fragrant flowers. Pleased, the Lord offered him whatever benedictions he wished, and then they moved on. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for reading this. So we just read the summary, and this chapter is so beautiful with a lot of lessons in this pastimes as well. So we're going to dive deep. Just wanted to share the chapter summary with all of you, which we just read in a pictorial form. This is a pictorial view. First, they entered. All the women were so happy. The city of Dwarka, they entered. It was like a festival for the eyes. Everyone was in ecstasy. And then 3 encounters. Washerman, denied, the pious weaver, and then Sudama. So we'll read about all of them in greater details. So let's begin from text number 1. Everyone ready? There are how many verses? 52 verses in this chapter. Śrī Shuka uvacha stuvatastasya bhagavan darshitva jale vapuhu bhuya samaharat Kṛṣṇo nato Nityaṁ ivatmanaha. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shukdev Goswami said, while Akrura was still offering prayers, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna withdrew his form that he had revealed in the water, just as an actor winds up his performance. Lord Krishna withdrew from Akrura's sight the Vishnu form along with the vision of the spiritual sky and its eternal inhabitants. So Akrura was in the water offering prayers. He was seeing the beautiful form of the Lord along with the different denizens, demigods, etc. And he was offering beautiful prayers. Suddenly the form was gone. The Lord withdrew. But the example is given like an actor. The performance is over. Natah natya atmanaha. Even Kunti Maharani says this. Nato natya dharo yatha. Some arhat withdrew his vision. Does it remind you of anyone else where the Lord showed him his vision and then withdrew that? Narad Muni, right? Narad Muni was doing tapasya when he was in the previous lifetime, the son of a maid servant. And then he was doing tapasya, and the Lord gave him some glimpse of his transcendental form. And then he was trying. But this also shows that we cannot get Lord's darshan. We cannot get Lord's. Even even Arjuna was shown the Virat Rup, and Krishna said, okay, I'll bestow you this Divya Aksha, Divya Netra. Then only we can see. So bhakti is not obtained, bhakti is received. Received to the proportion of our sincerity. Akrura was sincerely offering prayers. But Krishna, gave him the vision and later withdrew to continue his pastime. So let's see what happens further. And also sometimes we may feel very, very joyful, we may feel very ecstatic, we may feel Krishna is very kindly bestowing his mercy upon us. And sometimes we may not feel like that. We may feel, why God is like this to me? Why is he doing this to me? Why is he not giving me his mercy? So the point is we cannot demand, but we can keep crying to Krishna like the gopis were crying. Aslisyava padratam pinastam. Krishna, whether you embrace me or you become out of sight, right? That's what it says. Adarshanam marmahatam karotuva adarshanam. यहाँ पर भी आदर्शन हो गए. Krishna withdrew his darshan, or he withdrew from the sight of Akrura, adarshana. But Akrura didn't say, hey, why are you doing this? So let's read the next verse. Next, anyone would like to read? Who is in a position? Yes,
Hare
one.
Krishna, may I?
Yes, one.
सोऽपि चान्तरहितं वीक्ष्य जलात् उन्मज्य सत्वरः कृत्वा चावश्यकं सर्वं विस्मितो रथम् आगमत. Translation by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. When Akrura saw the vision disappear, he came out of the water and quickly finished his various ritual duties. He then returned to the chariot astonished. Hare Krishna. So here Akrura, the vision has disappeared and now he has returned back to his chariot and he is perplexed, he is astonished. Please add, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So quite straightforward. There's no purport. Like he basically got ready, put his tilak, etc. Like what are the duties we do after bathing? Getting ready, putting his tilak. Oh, so you should put tilak. There are some rituals before bathing. There are some rituals after bathing. There are some rituals during bathing. And the main thing is chant Hare Krishna. And he immediately returned to chariot, astonished. Astonished? Why he was astonished? Because of the transcendental vision and what all he had just seen. Let's see what happens next. Anyone?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Pranam Prabhu. Tam
Yeah.
apraj drisikesha kim te dristam ivadbutam bhumo viyatito deva tatatvam lakshayamahe. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada Ki Jai. Lord Krishna asked Akrura, have you seen something wonderful on the earth, in the sky, or in the water? From your appearance, we think you have. I think Krishna mischievously asked Akrura whether did you see something on the water, because just now he had seen the reflection of Krishna on water. From your appearance, I think something you have seen. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Pranam Prabhu.
Thank you, Lakshmi Mataji. So the previous chapter was all about Akrura seeing the form of the Lord, the Vishnu form of the Lord. The Lord gave him the transcendental vision. And now Krishna is, in a tricky way, in a mischievous way, asking, hey, did you see something? Huh? Right? It's like a father, sometimes ask. He knows the answer. He knows what he's asking, but he's asking the child, right? As a parent, have you done that? Right? Did you eat that chocolate? You know that the child has taken that chocolate, right? Or did you break that cup? You know the child has broken that cup, right? But you're mischievously trying to get it from what the child is going to say, right? So, have you seen something wonderful? The Lord is the one who gave him that vision, right? But he's asking, have you seen something on the earth and the water or something? From your appearance, from your astonishment, like imagine Akrura is coming to the chariot in a very astonished manner. And someone is astonished, right? Like shocked or bewildered, confused. It is said in the other purports of Bhagavatam, face is the index of mind. You can read how the person is feeling from their face, from their gestures, from their eyes, from their mouth. So, something amazing. We have seen something amazing. Krishna asks Akrura. Let's see what Sri Akrura said. Anyone wants to read?
Yes, Prabhuji, I
Yes,
can.
ma'am.
Shri Akrura Uvacha Adbhutaniha Yavanti Bhumau Vyati Vajale Vayi Vishwatamek Tani Kim Me Drishtam Vipashyataha. Translation by His Divine Grace Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Akrura said, whatever wonderful things the earth, the sky, or water contain, all exist in you. Since you encompass everything, when I am seeing you, what have I not seen? Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Very good. Now, he is also giving a very spiritual and amazing answer. That Lord, what is bereft of you? What is, that which is separate from you? Everything exists in you, right? Bhumirapo nalo vayu kham mano buddhirevacha ahankara vimura ahankara ityamme bhinna prakriti ashtadha. Everything is coming from Krishna. So I'm seeing you. That means, what have I not seen? In short, it's a beautiful, we can meditate upon this. In life, what is really worth seeing? Krishna. Seeing Krishna, seeing everything. He's the source of everything. He's the master of everything. He's the proprietor of everything. And if we have seen everything, but not Krishna, firstly, we can't see everything because we are limited. Can we see all the species of life? We may go to 100 different zoos and 100 different aquatic aquariums and 100 different national parks. But can someone say he has or she has seen all the different species? What do you think? No, you may say 100, 200, 500, 1,000 species. Right? There are millions, lakhs of species. Same with different cities. Is there anyone who has been to every city in the world? It's impossible. So what is really worth seeing is Krishna. When I am seeing you, what have I not seen? That means there is nothing else worth seeing. Everything is there. You are the source of everything. You are the master. Everything indeed is seen. Seeing you is seeing everything. Not seeing you and seeing everything else is incomplete. So in short, you should try to see Krishna. And seeing is not just like by the eyes, but by our actions. Okay, let's read further. Text 5. Anyone wants to read?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Text 5. Yatradbhutani sarvani bhumau viyati vajale tam tvanu pashyato brahman kimme drishtam ihadbhutam. Translation and purport of And now that I am seeing you, O Supreme Absolute Truth, in whom reside all amazing things on the earth, in the sky and in the water, what amazing thing could I see in this world? Purport. Akrura has now realized that Lord Krishna is not merely his nephew. Thank you, Prabhuji.
People like to see amazing things like Niagara Falls, or it's like, what do you say, like green lights, or what's that? Northern lights, right? What else? Some famous water body, some famous aquarium, some famous skyscraper, Burj Khalifa. It may seem like amazing. But what is real amazement? Right? Isn't that amazing that a tree which is so big, hundreds, thousands of feet, comes from a tiny, tiny seed? Isn't that amazing? A tiny hummingbird can flip their wings hundreds of times. They can travel thousands of miles. Isn't that amazing? They're such a tiny bird. Where do they get the fuel from? A flight, they cannot travel without the fuel. Where do they get the fuel? How can they, flap their wings hundreds of times, sometimes thousands of times in 1 minute? Isn't that amazing? Krishna's creation, so many different varieties of flowers, animals, reptiles, trees, birds, insects, water bodies, mountains, rivers, oceans. It's so amazing. And if we see all that, we should be reminded if the creation is so beautiful, how amazing the creator must be. If the creation is amazing, how amazing the creator must be. That is Akrura's vision. That is the devotee's vision. To see the hand of God in everything, in every aspect, in every creation, in every activity. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra, sarvatra cha mai pashyati, tasyaham na pranashyami sa cha me na pranashyati. 6.30 Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna mentioned this kind of similar verse in like 4 other different spots. One who sees me in everything in me, I'm not lost to that person, and he is not lost to me. In short, because he is seeing the hand of God in every aspect of life. He becomes Krishna conscious. His eyes are anointed with the mascara of love. Premanja churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva. Santa sadaiva. Santa always. Hridayeshu vilokayanti. They're seeing the form of Lord everywhere, in everything, animate or inanimate. Why? Because they love Krishna. Those who love Krishna, they see the hand of Krishna in everything. Not just in good things. Not just in apparently good things, but even in challenging situations, in rough, tough situations. So the Kṛṣṇa is glorifying the form of the Lord. The form I see here is thousands of times more amazing than the sight of Vaikuntha and Sankarsana and all of the Narayana's attendants. O Brahman, you are the supreme, absolute truth. You are the supreme. But you simply appeared as my nephew. Isn't that amazing? You are the cause of all causes, Sarva Karana Karana. But now he appeared as his nephew. So that is also very amazing. Even Kunti Maharani says this, you are the cause, you are so great, but you act like an ordinary cowherd boy, etc. Any other comments anyone has?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I'm
Yes,
just reminded of the verse in chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna describes the soul as amazing, that some people describe or they find the soul or what it looks like amazing, and while others don't understand it at all. So that just reminded me, the word amazing just reminded me of that verse. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you for sharing it. The amazing verse. Nice. Okay.
What is Vandanam? Akrura's Vandanam, right, Prabhu? Akrura's Bhakti is Vandanam.
Yeah,
So,
he's said to be the Acharya of Vandanam, correct, or offering prayers. So that we read in the previous chapter was all the different prayers, almost 25 verses. He offers beautiful prayers in the water, and now he has come out of the water, and now he is going to take Krishna and Balaram to Mathura, and that's the title of this chapter. They enter Mathura. So now they are still on the way, and he has come out and having a dialogue with the Supreme Lord. But you're absolutely correct. He is glorified for being the Acharya of Vandanam, or offering prayers. Thank you, Gandhi Prabhu, for sharing and joining.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
Anyone is in a position to read next verse who has not yet read? Balai Karuna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, please.
Iti vukva kodayam asha shandanam gandini sutta maturam anadya ramam krishnam chaiva dinatyaye. Translation, purport by Srila Prabhupada disciples. Translation: with this word, Akrura, the son of Gandhini, began driving the chariot onwards. At the end of the day, he arrived at Mathura with Lord Balrama and Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Very well. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So they started early morning, and they reached at the end of the day. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur here mentioned that Gandhini Sutaha refers to the son of Gandhini. Maybe this is Akrura's mother or father's name. I'm not 100% sure, but one of the parents, I believe. Looks like a female name. So here he basically now drove the chariot back. So pretty straightforward verse here. He become the chariot driver of the chariot driver. Take 7. Next, anyone? Who has not read? Yes, Saranya Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, everyone.
Yes, please.
Marge grama jana rajam tatra tatropasangatah vasudeva sutau vikshya prita drishtam cha chadaduhu. Translation by the devotees of Śrīla Prabhupada, disciples of Śrīla Prabhupada. Wherever they passed along the road, O king, the village people came forward and looked upon the two sons of Vasudeva with great pleasure. In fact, the villagers could not withdraw their eyes from them. Thank you.
Vivo, thank you. So now they're getting closer to Mathura, and we can learn from these villagers. They are like, their eyes are so glued to Krishna, they cannot withdraw their eyes from them. Na cha adadau, they could not take back. This should be the mood, the love of a devotee towards Krishna. And Krishna is Teda, right? Tribhanga form, right? Once he enters the heart, he cannot come out. So this should be our mood also, learning from the villagers, that when we see Krishna, we should never leave the path of bhakti. That's the mood. We should never leave the association of devotees, the Guru Sadhu Shastra, the Bhagavatam. We should be glued. Na adadau, no return. No coming back to the old habits. Not coming back to the old wrong habits, rather. We may have bad habits in the past. Every saint had a past. Every sinner has a future. Valmiki was also a Daku before. Mrigari was a hunter before. Mrigari was a hunter, became a pure devotee. Haridas Thakur delivered a prostitute. She had wrong habits, but she took shelter of Haridas Thakur, Tulsi Devi, and Harinam. Never returned to the old path because she was completely glued to Kṛṣṇa. So we can also learn as Kṛṣṇa is approaching us. Kṛṣṇa is approaching us, right? A pure devotee like Akrura brings Kṛṣṇa closer to us. Like in Rath Yatra, we see so many people, some senior devotee has arranged Rath Yatra, like His Grace Bhadra Prabhu and others. Many people, they are there for drinking beer on the beach and doing all sorts of stuff. And Jagannath comes and their eyes are glued to Jagannath. But unfortunately, what happens after that? They go back. But here we see their eyes are completely glued and they don't want to take their eyes away. Isn't that a beautiful lesson in meditation and so many takeaways? So in short, we should invite Kṛṣṇa in our lives. That's Janmashtami, that's God Purnima, that's Nityaṁ Triodashi. To bring Kṛṣṇa close to us or to bring ourselves closer to Kṛṣṇa, but at the same time, not go back to the old bad habits. Otherwise, it's not 100%, the benefit would be minimal. Those who see Jagannath and the Rath Yatra, they get benefit, certainly benefit. But those who see daily and don't turn away from Lord, they get a lot more benefit. So, in short, we should not withdraw our eyes from Him, our life from Him, our habits, our actions, our chanting, our devotional service should be Nityaṁ, Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā. Ahetuki apratihata yatma suprasidhati. Without cessation. It doesn't mean we don't do our work or take care of the family and all. Those are not unhealthy habits. Those are healthy habits, keeping in aligned with Kṛṣṇa. The unhealthy habits, we should not go back to them. Any comments, thoughts here? Text 8. Anyone? Is not read yet? Shiroma Mataji. Who is not read and are in a position to read, so please unmute. Otherwise, we'll go for seconds. Gandhi Prabhu, you want to read?
Prabhuji, I can read.
Okay, yes, go ahead, please.
Tavad vrajakasastatra nanidagopadayo agrataha urupavanamasādhya pratikshanto avatatishtasthire. Translation by disciples of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nanda Maharaj and the other residents of Vrindavan, having reached Mathura ahead of the chariot, had stopped at a garden on the outskirts of the city to wait for Kṛṣṇa and Balaram. Forward. Nanda and the others reached Mathura first because the chariot carrying Kṛṣṇa and Balaram was delayed by Akrura's breathing. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very well. Any comments, Mataji?
No, Prabhuji. I'm interested to see what happens. I've never read the 10th canto before.
Yes, we just read the summary. 3 main pastimes are going to happen in this chapter. which we'll cover in the future sessions. Leaving it a suspense because you were not there for the initial part. But yeah, three main pastimes, three main interactions will happen. So Nanda
Okay,
Maharaj's
sir.
chariot was little ahead, and they stopped so that they all could go together. It's a good lesson here. We see Nanda Maharaj also is leader. And especially when we are walking or making a journey together as a family, as a community. It is said if you want to walk, if you want to go quick, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. The example is given on like in India, like bike, motorbike, motorcycle. It can go fast, right? Especially traffic, it can go through small lanes, etc., etc. And think of the example of a big bus, 50-seater. 50 people are going to board it. Then someone will say, oh, I need to go to the restroom in the middle. Someone will say, my child is hungry. Stop the bus. Someone will say, I'm feeling like vomiting. Please pause. It will go slow, right? If you have been to yatras in the bus in India, it's a nice, fun experience. But this is how it goes. It doesn't go fast. But for a long trip, you can't go use the motorcycle. Why I'm sharing this, Nanda Maharaj is sharing some qualities here of a good leader. Togetherness, keeping the community together, keeping everyone together, taking care. Oh, first of all, he's the leader. It is his responsibility. Imagine, you know the situation. Why Yashoda was not so concerned when Kṛṣṇa was leaving? Why Yashoda was not so concerned? All the gopis were crying. Viraha Geet. Why? Anyone knows the answer? Why Yashoda was not so concerned?
Because the father went with him, maybe.
Yes, because the father went with him and the father gave continuous promise. Oh, just ये like मेला दिखा के ले आऊंगा इसको. मेला है ना, it's like a fair. I'll just be अभी गए और अभी आए, right? We're just coming and going. We're going and coming. Don't worry, I'm father, I'm elder, I'm responsible. He is not so responsible. He is little chanchala, but I'm there with him, so don't worry. So when we take responsibility, it's a big thing. We must. It's not that okay. आते रहेंगे पीछे. Like no, we have to pause. Sometimes leader means to pause. Leader means to check how others are doing. Leadership is not just about the role. It's a austerity. It's a burden of love. To check how are my subjects doing? How are my children doing? How are my community members doing? And everyone is a leader, whether you're a teacher, a housewife, a parent, a mother, a father, a husband, a wife, any role, an employee. We should periodically check how our subjects, how the people under our care are doing. Otherwise, don't take that responsibility. We should check. We should check on their well-being. We should pause. No, मैं तो अपना, I'll worry about my chanting, my bhakti, which is good. We should. But if we have taken responsibility as a parent, as a teacher, as a guru, I'm not talking about, like guru, like initiating guru. Not everyone is guru in some way or the other. Guru has been a hot topic these days, so we'll not go there. I don't like all these, discussions on YouTube and stuff. Anyways, so the point was check on them. Pause, check. Okay, where is they should be reaching, they were supposed to be reaching. Let's wait. Let's check. I think that's a great quality which Nanda Maharaj is showing here. He paused at a comfortable place before reaching the main city. At the outskirts of the city, they paused. Okay, so Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur also mentions something interesting. Not being able to keep up with the swift chariot of Akrura, Nanda Maharaj and the cowherd men had given up the main road and taken a shortcut. Main road छोड़कर detour से shortcut पे आए. Besides, Akrura was delayed because of bathing in the Yamuna. So what had happened? Akrura's chariot was new or old, like beaten up, broken, or very new, polished? What do you say? Anyone knows the answer? Yes, Saranya Mataji would try saying something.
No, probably I was thinking, I mean, logically, I don't know, but logically, I'm thinking like when they left Vrindavan, all the gopis were in so much distress that they were holding the chariot and all that. So maybe his chariot is like little not
Beaten
in
up.
a good shape.
We read this. Kamsa sent a brand new, never used chariot. We read in the previous chapters, and we discussed this on great length also. And Akrura was okay that why I should use a used property for the Lord. Why I should, if I want to offer something to the Lord, why I should use like Kamsa ka jhuta chariot. So his chariot was new, polished, so like a brand new car of scale. But these Rajavasis, maybe their chariot was not so refined. So their car was little 10 years old. Now you can't keep up, like $100,000 car and a $10,000 car won't, you can't have a race. So initially, it seems from Vishnu Thakur's purports, initially Akrura was ahead, not being able to keep up with the swift chariot of Akrura. They realized that okay, maybe we should take a different so that we can keep up with the pace. So they took a little bit shortcut, and then they realized that Akrura had taken a break, so he got delayed in bathing in the Yamuna. This is some more side details, but I like the aspect to. I hope that makes sense. The leadership aspect here, to wait, to togetherness, to care, to understand one's responsibility in these situations. Because entering Kamsa city, right? And we know that they all knew that Kamsa is not a good guy. Kamsa is the villain. So let's see what happens further. Text 9. Anyone? Gandhi Prabhu, would you like to read about the son of Gandhini?
Sure.
Did you learn something new? Did you catch that? Son of Gandhini?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. I was
I
thinking
heard first.
exactly sounded like my name. Yeah.
See? I
Yeah.
learned first time too, the son of Gandhini. I'm curious to know more. Who is Gandhini?
Prabhu. Me too, Prabhu.
Maybe that's your homework. So do your research and tell us tomorrow.
Sure. Okay. Actually, I'm in India, Prabhu. It was a
You're
little
in
noisy.
India.
That's why I didn't pick up. Yeah.
Oh, you're in India.
I'm in Vijayawada now. Yeah.
Nice. In Vijayawada, they're opening a nice, Visakhapatnam, they're opening a nice temple. If you get
Oh, right.
chance.
Yeah, Mataji. Yeah, Nitya.
Yes,
So,
Nitai Sevani Mataji, correct.
yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
Prabhu. You're in the holy place.
Thank you.
Please read. Thank you, Prabhu.
Tan sametyaha. Sorry. Tan sametyaha Bhagavan Akruram Jogad Ishwaraha Grihitva Panina Panim Prashritam Prahlasan Iva. Sorry, Krishna Prabhu. Sorry if I made mistakes here. After joining Nanda and the others, the Supreme Lord Krishna, the controller of the universe, took humble Akrura's hand in his own and smiling spoke as follows. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Haribol, thank you so much. So now they have reunited. Where? Where Nanda Maharaj and the others and Krishna, Balaram, they all have reunited there. The Supreme Lord took Akrura's hand in his own hand. Pani, what was that? Yeah. Grihitva Panina Panim. Grihitva, he took Panina. Pani here means, what is Pani?
And Prabhu?
And
Panigrahan. Yeah.
Panigrahan. What is Panigrahan?
Wedding.
Like wedding, yeah, marriage.
Wedding. Nice. Can anyone tell a name of Krishna with the name Pani?
Chakrapani.
Chakrapani, yes. Who holds the chakra? Gadapani also is a name. You know, he holds Gada. Balramji, right? So Chakrapani is a common name. So he held the hand of Akrura and Prasritam. Referring to Akrura's humility. Prasritam. That's the word used. Humble Akrura's hand. Took humble Akrura, not just Akrura, humbles Akrura's hand. No, Akrura never showed any form of superiority. Oh, I'm your uncle. Oh, I'm doing a big favor to you. Oh, I got a nice chariot for you. Oh, I've been driving you for so long. Very, very humble. Humility is what gives joy to Krishna. Humility is what Krishna will also be eager to hold our hand in his own hand when we are also humble like Akrura. Humility is very, very important, which makes us dear to Krishna. So we should always remember, humility is not the detail. Humility is the core principle. Details may vary. Should I wear blue kurta or red kurta? That's a detail. That can vary. That is not what will make a good devotee or a bad devotee. But humility, uncompromise. Uncompromising humility. We see Akrura showed that. And when one is humble, then only one will offer vandanam. Is it not? If one feels I am great, then he'll feel everyone should do vandanam to me only, because I am the greatest. But if one feels humble, then only one can see up and pray. God help me. Pahimam Prabhu. I'm taken shelter at your lotus feet. But if one thinks, oh, I'm great, I will offer vandanam. Even if the prayers come, well, it won't be from the heart. It may be from the tongue, but not from the heart. So humility is the one most important quality which attracts the heart. Krishna will hold our hand in his hand, or our hand with his hand, and with joy, with smile, he'll speak to us. What he'll speak to us, or what he'll speak to Akrura, we'll see that tomorrow from text 10. Right now they are all arrived in Mathura. Krishna holds Akrura's hand after the long journey is over. Akrura is very humble. The mood is very joyful. Everyone is together. And what did Krishna say to Akrura? That we'll see tomorrow. But I'll leave you at that point in the earnest meditation. What did Krishna say to Akrura? So, any comments, thoughts?
What kind of humbleness, Prabhu? You said unconditional?
Unconditional. I'm not sure if I used that word.
No, you used something else. You said like humble and something else.
Humble. Who can help me? What word I use? Did I use unconditional word?
I think
What
uncompromising, I think, not conditional.
uncompromising. Yes, yes, uncompromising. Humility is, that's not a detail. See, details we can compromise. For example, should I chant while sitting on the ground, or should I chant sitting on the sofa, or should I chant sitting on the chair? That's a detail. But chanting is the principle. So principles cannot be compromised. Details, if someone is sick, okay, sit on the sofa, that's fine. If someone cannot sit on the ground, that's fine, sit on the chair. That's a detail. Should I wear blue sari or red sari or yellow sari? That's a detail. But humility and gratitude, that's a core principle that cannot be compromised. We should not compromise. Any other thoughts, comments? Questions? Complaints?
I'll do more research on Gandhi part, Prabhu. Gandhini's part.
Akrura is the son of Gandhini. See, now you'll not forget. Okay, so it's time. We'll continue tomorrow. Grantha Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasin.
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Thank you. Hare Krishna.